Premier League show. It's week 2, and these matches were played between the August the 18th and the 20th. Yes, we had one match on Monday. More about that a little later. I'm going to start off with my match of the week, and it was the London derby between Chelsea and Arsenal, played at Stamford Bridge last Saturday. Two new managers there, Sarri for Chelsea and Emery for Arsenal, contrasting fortunes on week 1. Hazard was on the bench for the Blues, and the first half was filled with chances galore at both ends. Some were taken and some squandered. Chelsea got on top early on, and after Jorginho's gorgeous through ball to Alonso on the left, he then set up Pedro inside the box, who finished in style. Just a few minutes later, Barkley, who's been in the starting lineup for all the games, connected sweetly, and his effort just went inches over the bar. Barkley, he's slowly returning to the form of a few years back after a wretched couple of years with injuries, with a poor attitude, problems off the pitch. Nice to see him coming back to some sort of form. He's a very talented footballer. A little later, Aubameyang missed a sitter 6 yards out, and Chelsea then made the Gunners pay when Morata, on the shoulder of Mustafi, created a yard of space and beat Cech with ease. This was quickly followed by a Mkhitaryan missing from the same spot as Aubameyang did a few moments earlier. After that frantic start, the game settled a little, and Arsenal slowly found some composure and started to move the ball around, exposing gaps in Chelsea's defence. And Luiz, once again, not looking a barrel load of confidence. And it was Mkhitaryan who reduced the deficit, hitting a sweet drive from the edge of the penalty area. Okay, with his left foot, and it was 2-1. 5 minutes later, and the Gunners were level remarkably. Nice work. Iwobi receiving Mkhitaryan's cross and finishing with confidence. Amazingly, Arsenal should have gone in front just before half-time, but again Aubameyang missed another sitter, almost from the same spot. So we were all level at the break, and the second half was much more cagey. Both defences tightened up, and it wasn't really until the 80th minute when Hazard, on as a sub, created some space, set up Alonso running into the danger area, and he swept the ball past Cech. Chelsea held on, although Ramsey's effort went just over, and Cech also denied the World Cup winner Giroud. So there it was, full-time 3-2 Chelsea, 2 wins for Chelsea, a much better performance from the Gunners, although they do really need to tighten up that defence. This Mustafi, to me, isn't going to cut the mustard. Okay, let's have a quick look at the other results. The opening fixture on Saturday was Cardiff against Newcastle. It really was a drab affair. Ended goalless. The highlights, well, a red card for Hayden for Newcastle midway through the second half. There'd been a number of nasty challenges in this game, and another Newcastle player, Kennedy, was lucky to be on the pitch. He then missed a penalty in added time when the Filipino goalkeeper produced a fine save. So 0-0 it ended. I don't think either manager could complain. Everton 2, Southampton 1. Goals from Walcott and Richarlison, that's his third already in the first half. And Danny Ings, transferred from Liverpool, got one back on 54 minutes. Problems for Mark Hughes, I think. Leicester 2, Wolves 0. This scoreline flattered Leicester to some extent. Wolves were very positive in the first half and a bit unlucky. They went in two behind. Firstly from a deflection, an own goal, and then Maddison converted just on the half-time whistle. After the break, Jamie Vardy got sent off for a very naughty challenge, a very wild challenge. He can have no complaints about that. To Wembley, Spurs still there, and it looks like they're going to be there for quite a while. Problems with the safety at the new White Hart Lane. Well, they put Fulham to the sword 3-1. Although in the first half, Fulham matched them blow by blow, but they fell behind just before half-time from Lucas Moura. He's playing instead of the Korean Son, who's now off doing some military service. Can you believe it? Anyway, after the break, Mitrovic got Fulham back on level terms. I'm sure that's not the only goal he's going to score this season. But then a delightful free kick from the England star Trippier on 74, closely followed by Kane on 77, sent Spurs to a comfortable win. And Kane's off the mark in August. So defences beware. West Ham at home to Bournemouth at the London Stadium. West Ham started brightly. They had Chicharito up front with Arnautovic, and as a result of him getting pulled down in the box, Arnautovic converted the penalty on 33. But after the break, Bournemouth looked a different side, and a classy one at that. And Wilson got a brace, 60 and 66 minutes, to send the Hammers faithful home miserable. 2 wins for Eddie Howe now. Things are looking good. Sunday's matches, Man City destroyed Huddersfield at the Etihad. It ended up 6-1. Aguerro hit a hat-trick and he's looking as hot as ever. I will never understand why he didn't get any game time for Argentina. Silva got a goal. He was weaving around, controlling the midfield. They're certainly not going to miss De Bruyne. Sane came on and immediately forced an own goal. And Jesus got a goal that made it 2-0. Unselfish work from Sergio Aguerro, who was the man of the match. Stankovic got a consolation for Huddersfield just before half-time. Burnley won, Watford 3. Gray opened the scoring for Watford after only 3 minutes, but Tarkowski equalised for Burnley. But into the second half, Watford ran away with it. Maybe fatigue, Burnley. They played on Thursday night in the Europa Cup. But Troy Deeney on 48 and Hughes on 51. Comfortable win for the Hornets. Brighton 3, Man United 2. My side. Well, this was an appalling display by the Red Devils. The defence looked all at ends up at odds and were 2 down following Murray 25 and Duffy 27. They were in a hell of a mess. Lindrop and Bailly, they just do not look Premier League quality. Bring back Jones and Smalling, please. Lukaku got an opportunist goal to bring it back to 2-1 on 34, but then a penalty awarded on 44 for Brighton and Grob converted. United substituted Martial, who looked a completely miserable so-and-so. And also they brought Matarov, who hadn't done anything. Rashford came on with Lingard. They certainly looked better and had the better of the second half, but there was no cutting edge. Finally, a fortunate penalty on 95 made the score respectable. And so we now come to the Monday night match. Crystal Palace lost to Liverpool 2-0, but it was much closer than that. That's my lot. I've run out of space.